got our pass.
Take me to the place where I come from, the only place where I really belong. Take me 'cause this voyage seems so long. Back to you. Ooh.
The Badlands National Park in southwestern South Dakota has a fascinating history that stretches back millions of years. This place is famous for its dramatic, otherworldly landscapes, sharp peaks, deep canyons, and sweeping prairies, but the story of how it came to be is even cooler. The Badlands we see today actually started forming about 75 million years ago when this area was completely underwater. Back then it was covered by a shallow sea. As that sea dried up, it left behind layers of sediment. Over time, erosion from wind and water shaped the jagged cliffs and colorful rock layers we now know. These layers hold fossils from the prehistoric world, so the Badlands are basically like an open-air museum of ancient life, complete with fossils of creatures like early mammals, marine reptiles, and even dinosaurs. Long before European settlers showed up, the Badlands were home to Native American tribes, especially the Lakota Sioux. They called this area Makoshicha, which means bad lands. And honestly, it makes sense. This place is rugged, dry, and harsh, making it a tough spot to live. But for the Lakota, it was a sacred place, as well as an important hunting ground for bison. Native peoples have lived in and around the Badlands for over 11,000 years, adapting to its challenging environment and finding ways to thrive. Fast forward to the 1800s, when European settlers and explorers started moving into the area. This was also when paleontologists began discovering fossils in the Badlands, which made it a hot spot for fossil hunters. Around this time, tensions between the U.S. government and Native American tribes were high, especially during events like the Great Sioux War of 1876 to 1877. In 1929, the U.S. government recognized how special the Badlands were and designated it as a national monument to protect the unique landscape and fossils. Then, in 1978, it officially became Badlands National Park. Today, it covers over 240,000 acres, making it one of the largest national parks in the country, and it also protects some of the last remaining mixed grass prairie in North America. One of the park's coolest features is the White River Badlands, which is packed with fossils from around 30 million years ago, from the Oligocene epoch if you're a science buff. The fossils found here include early horses, saber-toothed cats, and rhinoceros-like creatures. That's why the Badlands are such an important spot for paleontologists studying the evolution of life on Earth. Today, Badlands National Park is a must-see for anyone who loves the outdoors, fossils, or just jaw-dropping landscapes. It is a place where you can literally walk through millions of years of history while soaking in some of the most rugged and beautiful scenery in the United States.
Did you know that Badlands National Park is home of one of the National Park System's most unique things, the Fossil Preparation Lab? Since the lab opened, scientists have prepped over 220 fossils, including some of the wildest creatures you've probably never heard of. Think ancient rhinos, saber-toothed predators, mini horses, and even early dogs. The fossils come from at least 75 different species that roamed this area millions of years ago. The coolest part? You don't watch from a distance. Between the months of June and September, the lab sees tens of thousands of visitors who get up close and personal with the action. In fact, in 2019, over 71,000 people stopped by to learn how these fossils are prepped and even jump in and help find more fossils. The fun begins when visitors like us stumble across a fossil out in the park. We're able to report our fossil finds via the Visitor Site Report program. It's kind of like a scavenger hunt, but way cooler because some of these finds end up being totally new to science. And it's not just find it and forget it. If you report a fossil, the paleontology team keeps you in the loop. They'll let you know what they discover, why it matters, and what happens next. It's like getting a backstage pass to the science world. The Fossil Lab and the Visitor Site Report program make it easy to get involved. You learn how to protect these treasures, help out real scientists, and leave an awesome story to tell. Who knew your day in the park could turn into a legit fossil discovery? One of the things that we've seen a lot when watching YouTube and talking to other RVers about boondocking is staying at the Badlands National Park or outside the Badlands National Park at a place that people refer to as the Wall. The Wall dispersed camping area just outside of Badlands National Park is a place where the views go on forever and the sense of freedom is unmatched. This spot has everything we're looking for in a boondocking experience. Serene landscapes, incredible sunrises and sunsets, and an easy access to adventure. One of the reasons we stopped here on our cross-country trip was to scout out this area for future trips. When we finally get our rig, we want to make sure that this place is someplace we feel comfortable camping. And let me tell you, it's perfect. Plenty of space, gorgeous views, and just minutes from Wall, South Dakota, and the entrance to Badlands National Park. Visitors rave about the stunning sunsets and sunrises, and now we can see why. The colors here are unreal. Whether you're sipping coffee in the morning or winding down in the evening, the views don't disappoint. Just watch out for the wind. It can pick you up, so don't park too close to that edge. While it's pretty bare bones, no water, no restroom, it's true boondocking, it's still a fantastic place to camp. It's pet friendly, has plenty of space for both tents and RVs, and feels peaceful despite being popular with other travelers. It's a great place to test out boondocking skills if you're new to it. It's the perfect base for exploring the Badlands. Being this close to the park is a huge perk. You can spend the day hiking through some of the most unique landscapes in the country, then come back to your campsite to enjoy the quiet under a sky full of stars. We're already dreaming about coming back here with our new rig and giving boondocking a real shot. The Wall Dispersed Camping Area is a place that lets you reconnect with nature, enjoy a little bit of solitude, and get inspired by the beauty of the Badlands. If you're looking for a peaceful spot with unforgettable views, this is it.
So what do we think of the Badlands?
We like the Badlands. Oh my word.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. We got our America the Beautiful pass and did it backwards. We entered from the end and did the visitor center as the last thing we did. But boy, there were a couple of really great hikes that looked like you were excited about in there.
Oh yeah, I think there's a lot we want to do. I mean, this is the Badlands on less than 2 hours because we do need to get back to North Carolina, unfortunately.
Right.
But we wanted to just kind of scout out and see what it was about and make sure that it's somewhere that we want to come and spend a week.
Oh, for sure.
And really spend time. And there is I can see a lot of things that I would like to do and really spend time doing. I probably could sit and watch the prairie dogs for a day and be perfectly happy. I love prairie dogs. And the bison I'm enamored. We know I'm enamored with bison.
We'll see. We got some really great photos of bison and a funny incident. We'll see if we can't link that into here. Yeah,
let's just say that bison don't produce cow patties, and we'll leave it at that.
So what did we didn't get to see the actual RV point. We missed that. We drove past the RV entry point, but man, that looked really good from the road where we saw it.
Yeah, we did take the truck four-wheeling. We went out to Prairie Dog Town.
Right.
And it's the first, we've only had the truck for a day and a half, so it's the first time that we've ever been four-wheeling in it, off-roading. We found out halfway down the path we did not need to be four-wheeling.
Right.
Two-wheel drive worked a lot better. But it's might as well break it in and show it what its life's going to be like. And it is a happy, dirty truck right now.
Yep. Our first thing we're looking for is to get it clean. The thing that we learned, right, is that if you come in from the backside, from the exit loop of the loop normally, you can go left to take, and it's paved all the way out to the front entrance. But you can turn to the right and go to Prairie Dog Town, which is like 5 miles down the road. But it turns out that if you take the paved loop, they're actually setting up a couple of pull-offs where there are now additional prairie dogs, and they're right off the side of the road.
Right.
So you don't even have to go on.
Well, the one was for bison, I think, not prairie dogs. Yeah, although there could have been prairie dogs out on that.
Right.
For sure. And then the second one was definitely prairie dogs.
Right.
But yeah.
So you don't necessarily have to go down the dirt road, although if you go down the dirt road for a little bit, to the first kind of big turn pull-off, we had a very close 3 buffalo encounter. Definitely worth doing. Definitely spending some time there if you can work it out to get on the BLM land, I think, and boondock for a week. We didn't do any research into, where there was dump stations or anything like that in town, but I'm sure that others have done that. So when we come back, there's more to be done, but this is a definite come back and do again.
Yeah, there's definitely, I have not done research, but I know that they're in the area because we know people that have boondocked in this area.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's incredible. The thing that has just awestruck me, I mean, you have to think we passed about 50 miles south, maybe, of Glacier the first morning we were driving, and then that afternoon we were just north of Yellowstone, and then today we saw the Badlands, and then we're going to see the Gateway Arch this afternoon, or this evening probably, maybe tomorrow morning, depending on how we're doing. But what is awe-inspiring is just how gorgeous the United States is, and the diversity that we have.
Right.
Obviously, we're a huge country, and we have a large land mass, right? But I just can't get over how different the different areas have looked, and we've only been driving for 20 hours, right? So
1,135 miles.
1,135 miles, and it's just going to continue to be beautiful in a different way all the way home.
Yep. Looking forward to seeing some of the other changes as we move into the center part of the country. So that's the Badlands report. Next stop is hopefully going to be the Arches, and we'll get to cross the second national park off. Got a lot of driving between now and then, so get ready for some B-roll off of the GoPro, and we'll see you at the next one. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Seen islands, open spaces, Serengeti sun slowly rise.